Good morning. Welcome into Sunday, Center for Spiritual Living Temecula Valley's meditation. I'm so glad you could join us either in person or by way of the virtual center that we have created for ourselves. And this is our meditation. I'm Beth Haase. I'm a practitioner here at the center, and it is lovely to be here on this basically last day of summer. I thought we would today practice a spiritual practice that is an opportunity and a way to be in the world, not necessarily of the world, especially as we are bombarded, as we are, by headlines, by news, by statistics, by those indications that there is a world of effect that is trying to find its center. And this is a way for us to find our center. So I'm going to begin with a reading from Ram Dass, which is about the smile of unbearable compassion. And I'd like you to take this in and to think about how this works for you, or how this could work for you. So I'll read just a little bit of this, and then we'll go into a meditation to practice the smile of unbearable compassion. And so Ram Dass says this: what makes life bearable? There is a little statue of the Buddha, and it has a little smile at the edge of its mouth, and it is called the smile of unbearable compassion. That sounds like a paradox. The smile of unbearable compassion? It is unbearable compassion. It is beyond bearing, and if you were just somebody, you couldn't bear it. But you are the universe. That is what you are. You are all of that. And it is that balance inside you, the smile of unbearable compassion. And that ability to embrace the everything into yourself, to just keep taking it in and looking towards it instead of away from it. To balance that you still feel the humanity, and at the same moment, you allow all that is without judging it as good or bad, right or wrong. And so we begin this spiritual practice, first physically, by fixing a small smile, just at the corners. Not a grin, not a prelude to laughter, just a smile, that gentle smile that allows there to be peace that starts at the face and moves its way into the heart. And so allowing that smile to begin to hold the space, to remind us that we are humanity and we can take it all in balance. And so moving into the heart, allowing that smile to create a pathway into the heart, into that space that is so expandable that it can allow for everything. And so we balance between the smile and our expanding heart space, and allow that to be that infinite space. This is the spiritual practice of knowing there is room to hold more. Take a breath and feel it travel all the way in, all the way down to the very bottom of your spine, and then back up again and out, leaving the smile just touching the edges of the mouth. And notice the peace that comes from setting this intention. And as your thoughts enter, and they will, it is a function of our minds to think, to allow images and thoughts, replay scenarios. Allow them to come in, bidden or unbidden, and just let them travel gently across your mind, keeping your smile in place, keeping your heart open. And just allow these images, these thoughts, these headlines to simply travel, not attaching good or bad, not attaching right or wrong, not striving to make them go away. Just allow them to be in this world with the headlines and the fears and the predictions. Just let them be in this space and sit with it, with that smile of unbearable compassion. Our human mind says, we can't bear this, we can't bear this, we can't know this. And our compassionate heart said, yes, this and more. We can send love. We can send love out into the world. We don't have to do anything. This is the smile of unbearable compassion. We can just hold this space and using love to allow it to be and to move on by. Nothing stays forever. And just feel what this feels like as a spiritual practice, to be in this space, holding, using that smile to remind you, I am a vessel of love. I am a spiritual being. And I sit with the smile of unbearable compassion, holding the space for all, for everything, knowing there is room for love. And so we'll sit together and we'll hold this space for a bit, using the smile of unbearable compassion as our reminder. And then traveling back into the heart and opening it just a bit more. No judgments, no stress, no fixing, no suffering. This is the practice. Again, remember, if thoughts come through, and they will, just let them go on by, touching them with this smile of unbearable compassion, recognizing that they too have a place. They too come to teach. They too need love. And so allowing that love to emanate from your heart space all the way out, touching those thoughts, those memories, those headlines, connecting to those people in your own life that perhaps challenge. Simply love them. Keep keeping the smile gently tucked on the corners of your mouth. Knowing this is the path of peace, a path of enlightenment. So welcoming the thoughts, not diverting them, simply allowing them through. Seeing the gifts where they are. The opportunity to practice this. Holding that smile of unbearable compassion. Being centered completely in love. Breathing deeply from that place of peace. And for these last few minutes of the meditation, we're going to take this into extended practice. This is advanced smiles, unbearable compassion practice. So in your mind's eye, I'd like you to see yourself walking on a pathway which is crowded. Many people you know, people perhaps that you have seen, that you observe, that you categorize as thems or those types. And what I'm going to invite you to do is to, again, fix that smile of unbearable compassion as you walk your path. Some people are coming toward you. Some people are walking in the same direction as you. And move that awareness into your heart and expand that heart space as you walk with that smile. No malice, no judgment, just walking with that smile. And remember each person you are walking this pathway with has a story. They have those things within them. Some are resolved, some are not. They hurt. They don't understand. They're afraid. And you walk among them in your mind's eye right now with your heart open and that smile just at the corners of your mouth, that smile of unbearable compassion, recognizing we are just walking each other home. And we can do it in a place of peace and compassion and love. We don't have to know the stories. We don't have to understand the details. We can just know. And it is in that place of knowing that we are practicing our spiritual compassion for one another. And so we'll take a few moments and we'll walk this path in our mind's eye. And if you care to, there is a song that we have sung many times here at this center and elsewhere by Karen Drucker. You are the face of God. I hold you in my hands. And so as you traverse your path for the next few moments, you can allow those words to be the soundtrack as you look into the faces of God, knowing they are looking into your face. And again, bidden or unbidden, they are seeing the face of God, that unbearable compassion for everything, that love that transcends everything. And notice the peace. Notice the peace. And so as you move through this day, allow this to be part of your spiritual practice. To keep that smile on your face, that smile of unbearable compassion that reminds you that everyone you meet, everyone you see, everyone you pass is the face of God. And so now I invite you to bring yourself back here. Keep the smile on your face if you can, if you want to, if you like that, how that feels. Bring yourself back here. Bring yourself back into this space, this room, this moment in time. When you open your eyes, you can look around and see the faces of God, either on the screen or in the room or wherever you happen to be. And so I thank you for joining me and sharing your heart space. Please come back, join us at the top of the hour for our service, where we will be featuring almost Reverend Charlene Kusner. Almost to be, I guess that's how it would be. Just all but. And we will be back at the top of the hour. So thank you for joining us.